Hello students, welcome to Extreme Telugu. Today we are going to see lesson number 3 in 10th class chemistry, that is nothing but acids, bases and salts. Let us first understand a set of keywords. Understanding these keywords will help you to understand the lesson clearly. So let us start today's session. The first keyword is acids. Since your 6th class, you have been listening to these words, acids, bases. Probably in your 8th and 9th classes, you might have come across the term called as salt also. However, you have been listening to the term salt since from your childhood. That is nothing but common salt which we use in our daily cooking needs. Let us understand these three words first: acids, bases and salts. Acids are those materials or solutions which have got sour taste and they convert blue litmus paper into red litmus paper. This is what we learn or we have learnt in earlier classes. But is it a sufficient explanation or sufficient definition for acids? Answer is no. The proper definition of acid is nothing but a solution, probably aqueous solution which has got H plus ions or H3O plus ions. That is nothing but acids are those materials which have got H plus ions concentration or H3O, hydronium ion concentration more in them. On the other hand, bases are those materials which have got OH minus ion concentration. So, these H plus or OH minus ions, where can we see these ions? Or from where can we obtain these ions? Let us try to understand. If you consider water molecule, which is nothing but H2O, this H2O can be divided into H plus and OH minus. H and H, 2 H's and 1 O is 1 O. So, H plus ions, OH minus ions, they are in fact basic ingredients of water molecule. Water molecule on ionization or electrolysis becomes H plus ions and OH minus ions. Now, these H plus ions and OH minus ions may be getting in contact with metals and non-metals to form acids and bases. For example, if this H plus ion is coming into combination with Cl minus, that is nothing but chlorine ion, then it becomes HCl. That is nothing but hydrochloric acid. Means one H plus ion and one non-metal. Cl is chlorine is nothing but non-metal. One H plus ion and one non-metal ion. When they are coming towards each other, then we get acids to be formed. Similarly, if we think of OH minus plus Na plus, that is nothing but metal ion and hydroxyl ion, when they are coming into contact with each other, they give us NaOH, which is nothing but a base. So, sodium hydroxide, which is nothing but a base, which is a combination of hydroxyl ion, OH minus ion and a metal ion, Na plus. So, a metal and hydroxyl ion, when they are combining, we get bases. And a non-metal ion and H plus ion or H3O plus ion. What is H3O plus ion? This is H plus plus H2O, that is nothing but H plus ions which are present in water will give you H3O plus ions, hydronium ions we call it as. So H plus and non-metal will give you acid, and OH minus and metal ions combination will give you bases. So these are very important definitions for acids and bases. Acids are those solutions which have H plus ions concentration in them. Bases are those solutions which have OH minus ion concentration in them. Now what are salts? If we take H plus ion out from acid and OH minus ion out from base, and then remaining, if we are clubbing together, then forming the substance which forms is called as salt. For example, here I am taking out H plus, I am left out with Cl minus. Here I am taking out OH minus, I am left out with Na plus. This metal ion and this non-metal ion, if they are coming and getting contact with each other, or they are combining with each other, they will form a metal non-metal combination, that is nothing but NaCl, which is nothing but salt. So one anion and one cation, when they come together to form a neutral molecule, that molecule is generally called as salt. So probably, generally we shall be having the anion to be non-metal ion and cation to be metal ion. When non-metal ion and metal ion, that is nothing but cation and anion, come together, they form a compound. That compound is called as salt. Now, if the salts that are made up of strong acid and weak base, then they are called as acidic salts. Or weak acid and strong base, then they are called as basic salts. If they are both acid and base, when they are mixing, the salts are forming. If they are of equal strengths, then neutral salts are obtained. In future, as we discuss the lesson, we will understand about what are acidic salts, basic salts and neutral salts. Let us understand what are indicators. Indicators are those materials or substances or chemicals which change their color or odor in the sense smell, as per the nature of the material with which they are reacting. That is nothing but if they are reacting with acids, they will behave in certain pattern, so that we can understand that the material with which this particular chemical is reacting is an acid, or the material with which this particular chemical is reacting is a base, or the material with which this particular chemical is reacting is neither acid nor a base, it is a neutral solution. So the materials which give us an indication by reacting with the given material, telling us that whether the given material is acid, base or a neutral solution, that material is called as indicator. For example, blue litmus paper or red litmus paper, phenolphthalein solution or methyl orange solution, all these things are nothing but indicators. There are indicators which change their color. There are some indicators which change their smell on reaction with acids, bases or neutral solutions. So the indicators which change their smell, they are called as olfactory indicators. So indicators are nothing but the chemical substances or materials which change themselves to indicate whether the given solution is acid or base or neutral solution. Now, physical properties. Whenever we are in chemistry, we shall be generally seeing physical properties and chemical properties of a given material or given chemical compound. Physical properties are nothing but the color that is nothing but appearance and state of the material, that is whether the material is solid or liquid or gaseous. So the state of the material, the color of the material, these all things are called as the smell of the material. These all things are called as physical properties. So whenever we are studying a chemical substance, we have to look at its color, its state and its smell, etc., etc. These come under physical properties. What about chemical properties? Chemical properties are nothing but if this material or given chemical compound is made to react with some other chemical compound, so what kind of reaction will take place in between those two to produce what kind of chemical? That means we are going to see the chemical reactions between given compound and other compounds. Then it is called as chemical properties. So chemical properties are nothing but those properties which give us information about various chemical reactions with the given substance. Next, metal oxides. Oxygen compounds of metals are called as metal oxides. For example, sodium, Na2O, sodium oxide. It is a metal oxide. Non-metal oxides. Oxides of non-metals are called as non-metal oxides. That is nothing but oxygen and non-metal when they are combining together, forming a chemical compound, then it is called as non-metal oxides. For example, carbon and oxygen combination is nothing but carbon dioxide. Carbon is a non-metal, oxygen is a metal. Carbon dioxide, it is called as non-metal oxide. And you have to remember this very important point that all metal oxides are basic in nature. All metal oxides are basic in nature and all non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Metal oxides are basic or alkaline in nature. Alkaline in the sense the bases which are made up of alkaline earth metals are called as alkalis or alkaline. Okay? Simply, whenever you get a term called as alkali, you have to think of some basic nature. Okay? It is a base. Non-metal oxides are acidic, metal oxides are basic in nature. This is very, very, very important point to remember. Strength of an acid. You might have been listening to a word called as very strong acid, weak acid or mild acid. So, if we pour acid on our palm, our entire palm is going to be burnt, damaged. Some acids are that much strong, that much damaging. You might have heard acid attack. A stupid fellow takes a bottle full of acid and pours that acid on the face of a girl. That is nothing but acid attack, where her entire face is going to be burnt and it has to be a surgery which has to be carried out to protect her face or to protect her life. So that is a strong acid. You might have learned acid rains, as if acid is not raining, but water which is coming down during the rain, it has got slightly acidic nature, then it is called as acid rain. If you are standing in such kind of rain, we will not get burnt. But the water's pH value is lower than 7, then it is called as acidic rain. So some acids are there which we drink also. We will not get any harm. That is diluted acid or weak acid. For example, acetic acid is there. That is a weak acid which we can use in our cooking purposes also. For example, citric acid, lemon water. So all these things which we can consume, they are weak acids. Now, strength of the acid is nothing but how strong is the acid or how weak is the acid is called as strength of the acid, and it is learnt or understood by seeing at its pH value. Now let us understand what is pH. pH is nothing but potence of hydrogen ions. P stands for potence, H stands for hydrogen ions. That is nothing but power. Potence means power. Power of hydrogen ions. If more hydrogen ions are there, then it is powerful acid. If less hydrogen ions are there, then it is weak acid. Next one is water of crystallization. The salts are generally having crystal structures. The crystal structures are generally like this. They are cubic crystals. They are cuboid structures are there, diamond structures are there. These structures are called as crystal structures. Whenever we get such kind of crystal structure, in between the volume has got some spaces, and these spaces can be occupied by any other molecules. If water comes and occupies this space, in this space if hydrogen oxide, that is nothing but water is there, then that water which is present inside the crystal is called as water of crystallization. It can be found in salts generally, and it can be taken out from the salts by heating, by the process of heating. So these are the keywords of lesson number 3, which is nothing but acids, bases and salts. Hope you understood this video. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel Extreme Telugu. Thank you.